And yo, welcome to the first Black Champ podcast. JR Bang, Camp from the port. No intro, because I put it in the wrong studio. So we gonna go ahead and get started.
Let's
Hey
do it.
man, so the frenemy relationship between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continues. As we said on the show last week, there's going to be some chicanery. Some type of chicanery that's
Mhm.
going on. And this
For
chicanery
sure.
this time was Sami Zayn costing Kevin Owens the world championship, but he also attacked CM Punk.
hmm
So it looks like a triple threat in some type
Sure.
of way, excuse me, is going to be happening
hmm
sometime soon between CM Punk, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Now, from a wrestling perspective, all three of these, you've heard me say that each of these three guys can have a great match with a broom. So them three together, pause on all of that,
hmm
perfect pairing. But with that being said, I've seen a number of people say that they are tired of the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn trope, so to speak. This
hmm
whole thing about them having issues with each other and it's culminating into something. But
hmm
this now has to do with world championship implications.
hmm
What are your thoughts on the latest edition of Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn and CM Punk's involvement?
This was definitely more interesting than the last couple times, even though I think they made up for the last interaction with a really, really great match. Um, I totally get people being tired of it, but then again, in general, for me, I'm just tired of wrestling not having major title changes on the network television shows.
Mm.
For me, what would have been great is just to see, no matter if it's hook or crook or just clean, um, Kevin Owens win the title on SmackDown. I don't remember the last time I've seen a title definitely change hands on SmackDown, but I want to say I probably couldn't have been older than 32.
Yeah, let me look now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 45. So that's disheartening. You know what I mean? That's disheartening to me. I don't I just think that it's, again, if we want these
Ah, we
feelings to
missed
be
one.
special, what's that?
We missed one. We missed one.
What we missed?
Remember Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
Oh, oh yeah, but
This,
see, look how yuck, right? That's the last one. Yuck. That sucks.
yeah,
That
that
sucks that that's
was.
the most recent and the last one that I definitely instantly remembered now, and that sucks. Um, but Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, I think this is, I mean, they're proving their worth as far as this didn't just work in the Indies. This didn't just work in NXT. It literally does work on the main roster. It works on Raw and now it works on SmackDown. So, it's I think more of this is people living in the world of instant gratification where long feuds just don't matter. But then again, we live in the era where everybody's a superstar and everybody deserves a title shot. Everybody deserves the main event play, and that's really not this. So CM Punk added into this. It's so funny, the hyperbole, if you will, and also the contradiction that exists in all of this, because you got three indie darlings now fighting for the WWE Championship, which is still the richest prize in professional wrestling, because there has not been a belt that's been longer with more star power than that one. And then you got these guys who, like, everybody wanted to see one of these guys win it, and now all three of them are fighting over it. So if you have been following the story of each and every one of these guys, this should be your ultimate wet dream, right? CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, world title. No matter where they do it, but it's on the biggest stage possible. I thought this was what indie wrestling fans always wanted. So everybody should be elated at this. I'm not mad at it, but I just wish there was more twists and turns and more meat, if you will, to the story. Pause if necessary.
Yeah, last week I had said that we need to see them fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to stop with the whole 20 years of hatred. We
Mm-hmm.
need to see them fight. And the match itself, oh, they were fighting. Kevin
Yeah.
Owens just came out the gate with everything. This was a dope-ass match.
Mm-hmm.
And not going to say we didn't need the Sami Zayn piece or nothing. We knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. And Toronto, he wanted, we knew something was going to happen there, right? In fact, I said that Kevin was going to win and then Sami was going to attack him. And that's how that was going to happen. So as far as the match go, very excited about what those three can do. I can't believe what I'm about to say, though, Cam. But I'm tired of the best friends becomes enemies trope.
I dig that.
Now I'm tired because you can do so much with that. Yeah. These dudes been attacking each other since ROH.
Yeah. We're well over 20 years in now.
So we know that these two are frenemies. But Kevin Owens come back, you see the hug. We knew where this shit was going. I'm tired of the best friends becomes enemy trope because we consistently get something like this, like these two have been friends for so long, yada, 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 yada. And not a year after one attacked the other attacks the other.
Yeah.
The last best friend becomes worst enemy trope. And where, if you're going to do it, it should be, is Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Wow. I literally was going to say that one. I didn't think you were going to say that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's others, but there's no better for me in this day and age, this century. I'll put in this century. There's no better best friends become enemies trope than Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Yeah. Here's why, though. Because that's how they started. It wasn't one was a heel, one was a face, and then they became friends, and then things happened. No. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X, boom. It wasn't a program before that, and they became friends. No. They were two totally separate wrestlers. They might have wrestled each other before, but it was insignificant.
Right.
It wasn't Paul Orndorff being in the main event of WrestleMania, and then he becomes a face, and then him and Hulk Hogan become friends. This is not Macho Man. Well, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan did have interactions when Macho Man first got there. This is not Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan because they wrestled each other. Showdown and Shay. No, this is fresh. This is new. D-Generation X. Oh, you lose. Well, now that you lost, hey, you dropped the ball. I took it over, but you still created this joint. We still are homies and everything. Then you find out what you find out. Boom.
Yeah.
That to me, Shawn Michaels and Triple H in this century is the best friend arc. Now, the old heads will say, well, the greatest of all time is Bruno Sammartino and Larry Zbyszko. Because Larry Zbyszko was the underling to Bruno Sammartino, and he had to, he wanted to see if he can really be the guy, and he loses to Bruno Sammartino, and then he whoops his ass with the chair and all that stuff. I ain't fine.
Okay. Yeah, you lost me at Larry Zbyszko, though. But go ahead.
I know. You're not a Larry Zbyszko guy. But if you want to do that, that's fine. Old head, you want to say Larry Zbyszko, Bruno Sammartino, that's fine. This century, though, it is Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I do not want to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens always be friends and then always be enemies.
Yeah.
At some point, separate these niggas.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said two important things, and I want to add just one to the Shawn Michaels Triple H one. I remember when D-Generation X started, and I was like, I didn't even know they really were friends. I was like, are they necessarily the same? Like, are they in the same locker room? it was such of a random but necessary build, and boy, did the Triple H use that to the best of his ability. But the most important thing about it is that it ended. Like, it eventually ended, and they was like, "Hey, you know what? You nice, I'm nice. We did what we had to do. I found Jesus. You got a wife. Let's move on. We bring DX back. We both try to take out the Undertaker, but it's over. It's over because at the end of the day, we're friends. Like, this don't seem like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are actually friends because they keep fighting. If you keep fighting somebody for 20 years, move. Get away from them. It's not safe here anymore. Make them stop, and then you go. That's it.
So, for me, I get it, and I totally understand it, and they're going to have a great match. I just don't think they need to be friends to do it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And at this point, especially when you do it in Toronto, in Canada, the hometown, not necessarily the hometown, but the home country.
Yeah.
And you expect to win the championship. You want to win the championship. Like, this is how you put this to bed at this point. Kevin Owens just came back from a broken freaking neck, and he was about to win the belt in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And you denied that man that moment in Canada. Y'all ain't friends.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear nobody say that those two guys was friends. Nope. Right. That's it. That's done. Yeah, you decided to do this. Right. You decided to do this at the worst moment possible. At this point, I don't even want to see Kevin Owens and CM Punk and Sami Zayn. At this point, now I just want to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a blood feud match that ends all of this. And then the winner goes up against whoever got the championship at this point. And if you want to bring in Seth Rollins again to fight CM Punk and y'all just have two blood feuds at the same time, at this point, there's nobody on the SmackDown roster that I want to see go up against CM Punk. And what's funny about all of this is CM Punk is not the odd man in this. He's the 50 Cent. Like, what you say fuck me for? Like, he's at this point, that's CM Punk. Like, man, what you say fuck me for? Like, thank you for helping me win this joint, but why you hit me with the belt? That's your man. You mad at no, why don't y'all two fight it out? Fight in the last man standing match, then fight in the Hell in the Cell match, then fight in a loser leaves town match. Do whatever it is, and then I fight one of y'all at the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, CM Punk, yeah, what you say fuck me for?
Well, that's I think that was supposed to be the play of one making Sammy choose what side he's on, because if I hit both of them, then you ain't got no choice but to either love me or hate me. But at the same time, I'm proving Kevin Owens is right. Yo, people don't mess with you, Punk. We don't care if you're the champ. We don't care that you back. So a lot of things get told in Sammy's actions. It's just what I don't even know the finish that the people want at this point with either of these three, especially if it somehow ends up with Kevin Owens not being the champ.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I like about this three-way battle. Not sure what everybody wants as far as the end go. Like, I'm not so sure that don't nobody want Sami Zayn to win, especially knowing where WrestleMania is at next year.
Right.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that it's not good to have Kevin Owens hold the belt for a little bit. I'd said that he should have beat Roman Reigns one of them times.
Yeah, for sure.
And CM Punk is CM Punk. That's the great thing about this feud. It could literally go one of three ways, and I don't think people will be upset about it. I just don't think you need all three of them in order for this to happen. I think CM Punk is the odd man out, which means that the championship in a way is an odd man out, because on Friday, when Kevin Owens get the mic, he's gonna not talk as much shit about CM Punk as he did, and he's gonna focus on the person that he thought it was his friend. And I hope he says, you know what? We ain't really friends. We ain't never really been friends. I've hated you. I really just had you around because I felt sorry for you. But you a bitch. Like, I just want him to say something like that.
That's fair.
Like, at this point, it's like, you know what? I'm tired of having you around. You've been holding me down. So all this people think we friends stuff. Nah. No, I fucked your wife. Like, I want him to say something. This is like damaging. Like, your kids is not yours. One of them mine. Like, I want him to say something like that. Like, at this point, y'all been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Y'all been doing this since he had a mask on, fam. Like,
Yeah.
y'all been doing this too long.
Yeah, and it's got to be for
really
a better reason than I want to be the best wrestler or I want to be a champion. Like to be fighting this long, you got to have a deeper, darker criminal link.
Yeah, that's the other part too. Happening. Yeah, this is not a this means more to me than this. Like, no, like, nah. Y'all don't really like each other, fam, and y'all ain't really liked each other. Now, you said though that having the belt on the line in this does make this more digestible. So I'll ask, when this feud is over, when apparently it is over, we are in August. There's Sunday night's main event that's coming up. Money in the Bank, Survivor Series. Don't know how long they're going to move this along, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when this feud is all said and done, the winner and world heavyweight champion is
Kevin Owens. Because that's the only finish that I would want to see that gets me excited about the next 3 to 6 months. Respect to Sami Zayn. Look, you got your 9-day title run. It is what it is, bro. You created some great content in that week. But I think what Kevin Owens brings to a title is just, it's so intangible now in wrestling because he doesn't have to play the underdog. Matter of fact, he doesn't want to be the underdog. He wants to be the prize fighter. But at the same time, he's gonna take the matches that he want to take, and you respect it. He's gonna give you one hell of a match, great promos always. He can really turn up the hate, and you believe it. So for me, especially out of those three, and I know this might make people think twice about CM Punk's best in the world ideology and presentation, but in my mind, a lot of what CM Punk says is what Kevin Owens lives. So I need to see that with the WWE title, not the Universal title, even though they tried to make it that back in the day, but with the World Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight title, because I think that's very important for who's next. Even though I hate the fact that it might be Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton.
I hope it's Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Only because if you gonna make this man crazy, you got to make this work. Because you can't do all of this and then he never wins the championship. Like, remember when Edge started going crazy and pulling out his hair and being stressed out and not winning the world championship, and then he finally won it by using the Money in the Bank, and it was just like a relief. And then the next day we got the live sex show.
Yeah, for sure. Edge became he was my favorite wrestler that year. He did
right. I'm not saying that he needs to keep it for a while. He just needs to keep this more than 90 days. Because Edge won it and then he lost it at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We got to give Sami more than a 9-day reign. We
got
to give him. We got to give him a 60-day reign at least. We got to get him to WrestleMania. if WrestleMania is gonna be a riot, however you say it, whatever, we gotta get him there. We gotta get him there. Now, whoever you want him to lose the belt to, then by all means, let's do it. But we gotta get him to WrestleMania, fam.
With who's on SmackDown though, do you believe in Sami Zayn can get 30 to 60 days out of just who's out there next?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think he can. Because you still got single matches with Kevin Owens, you still got single matches with CM Punk, and you could sprinkle in somebody that might return. Like when Drew McIntyre returns, he's returning as a face. I don't think he's returning as a heel when he gets back. He's returning as a face.
Okay.
Right? And I'm looking at face wrestlers. So yeah, he can. There's also the chicanery involved. I think you've eliminated Sami Zayn being able to be listed on the wall as a bad guy going into Riyadh. At the same time, when he goes into Riyadh, he's the good guy.
Okay.
Like when he goes in there, he's getting cheered. It's like Bret Hart in Canada. You could boo this man in all the 50 states, but once he get to Canada, that's my dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
See the Hitman shit. Like once we get to Calgary, Saskatchewan, Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver,
Saskatoon,
Saskatoon, Winnipeg. Like we cheering them. I don't care what y'all talking about. We cheering them over here. You could boo him however you gonna boo him in Altoona, Pennsylvania. But when he get up here, it is what it is. That's Sami. So it does not have to be a heel to go up against. It don't have to be a face to go up against him in Riyadh. This could be somebody that you plan on turning or whatever. But if y'all gonna do this, Sami got to win it, and Sami got to hold it for more than a month. And if you could get him to WrestleMania in Riyadh, we could watch WrestleMania brunch, and we can see Sami Zayn lose the belt, or he loses the belt and win it back. I don't care. He just got to lose it then. My last question on this is, you mentioned the SmackDown piece. Outside of the people who we've named, that's Cody, KO, Randy. We could bring Randall Keefe in here because they're about to do their thing. Is there somebody on the SmackDown roster where you can say, give him that shot? Like, as you look at the roster, is that somebody that you think we sleeping on, or somebody that could get, I guess you could call it the R-Truth title shot?
Well, see, look, if it's the R-Truth title shot, then I'm gonna go like Ricky Saints. but I honestly, no, the person that is that's in next, that's in waiting, if you will, is Trick Williams. That I think is also important, just new faces in this mix. And see, and that's what I worry about with a Sami Zayn win, because I definitely would like to see Trick Williams, Kevin Owens. Dude, hey, I would also like to see CM Punk, Trick Williams, because I'm curious the kind of promo that Trick Williams wants to cut on somebody like CM Punk with his Jordans on, being from Chicago, using this Urban Dictionary latest update against Trick Williams. I want to see that.
I thought you said Cody Rhodes. I don't need two niggas with lisp.
Oh, no.
Going back and forth.
Yeah. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Two niggas with lisp out here just battling it out, talking. At this point, y'all got to wrestle.
Let's start the match now. Let's get it
start the match. I just added something because I totally forgot about this, and I made a video about this. So I'm gonna ask this question before we get to the next one, and it might even replace one of these joints. Because I totally forgot to get your opinion on this. Because I feel like you're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, fam. Or you might not. You might be like, hey, might not be a bad idea. David Shoemaker from the Ringer Wrestler was talking with Peter Rosenberg on Cheap Heat. And he mentioned that Cody Rhodes should revive the Four Horsemen. Now, I've mentioned in the video why I think that's a dumb idea. Because Cody Rhodes is a family man. He ain't about the Four Horsemen life. All right.
There's that.
He got to have a certain amount of holes on his squad in order to be a Four Horseman. I'm sorry.
For sure.
Even Paul Roma had holes, my G. Like, you got to have a certain amount of swagger.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying that Cody Rhodes ain't got that swagger, but you got to have a certain. And Cody Rhodes is married. You know what I'm saying? He got kids. He got a wolf dog.
Yeah. He want to keep his family.
He want to keep his family. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain amount of filth that you need in your life in order to be a Four Horseman. What was your thoughts when you heard that and saw that video?
So you're literally taking a lot of what I wanted to say about this.
That's why I said it might not be long.
But first and foremost, man, there is no horseman anything. Don't even say horse in wrestling if Ric Flair is not involved. That's number 1 through 5. I don't care about what's going on world wherever. Let's not even mention horsemen, for none of that without Ric Flair. That's 1 through 5. Number 6 is if you're going to do that, Cody Rhodes has to take on a different persona. I'm absolutely down for the dashing Cody Rhodes angle, but again, just like you said, because Cody Rhodes loves to blur the line of reality and wrestling, but in a different way. It's like, hey, I'm fighting, but I'm fighting to provide for my family. Ric Flair was fighting and then getting on these hoes later because that's what matters to me. I need Rolexes, limos, airplanes, and hoes. Like, that's what I do. And then we'll wrestle. So now the five elements of my Captain Planet is complete. You dig what I'm saying? So there is, and plus, honestly, there aren't any other wrestlers that exist that have the aura that comes with being horsemen. If I'm just being honest, and you have to have the you have to have watched the Four Horsemen documentary to truly understand that. You know, nobody wants to be Arn Anderson, and we've mentioned that a few times on the show. But also, though, there are no Tully Blanchards that exist now.
Talk your shit, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? And Tully Blanchard, for people that may not know, one, hell of a wrestler, can go tag team or single, but also he was so comfortable being a tier B or tier C Ric Flair, and it did not bother him that eventually he was the kind of wrestler that you think these other wrestlers are. And when I say that is, you know, Tully Blanchard can get future endeavor in the WWF, but yeah, he could go to AWA or NWA and win the world title, and it made perfect sense. But y'all think anybody can do that now, and that's again an aura that you have to carry. Like y'all said this about R-Truth, y'all said this about Ricochet, y'all said this about Castellano. I'm hoping I'm probably butchered his name, and I apologize for that piece. I didn't mean to disrespect your name, but you need to have a certain aura and energy and chemistry and a lifestyle to even be talking horsemen. And none of these people today live this. Everybody's living off of, I'm an independent contractor, I'm a content creator, I'm here to be a superstar, I want to main event WrestleMania. That wasn't the agenda of the Four Horsemen. Even when the Four Horsemen or elements of it got to the WWF and E, like even Evolution, the reason why that really worked is because when it worked, everybody had a role, and that role was building what Evolution. Evolution was, and people don't exude that. Nobody wants to play second or third. So Cody, not only could Cody not be the leader of the Four Horsemen, he couldn't be the guy next to the guy in the Four Horsemen, because he just don't carry that energy. He don't carry that aura. And then you'd be playing with Rick's name. Now Rick got to come back at 87 years old and want to wrestle Cody Rhodes for the Horseman name. And I don't want that either. Like, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Rubbing mad wrinkles and the few follicles that he got left. and then you think that's a good idea. Now, if you want to paint the picture of Ric Flair's about to sign with TKO Endeavor, Ric Flair's about to smack this ish out of Cody Rhodes and being like, dude, your father would be disappointed in you right now. And this is what we need to do. And then if you want Ric Flair to be James J. Dillon, and then if you want some, and you want to pick 4 people that Ric Flair believes in, and he makes them the Horsemen, I'm not mad at that. But, and my last point here, I don't think you can do the 4 Horsemen or any Horseman thing without Charlotte. So if we're making Charlotte the Tully Blanchard, and you're making Cody the Rick, you're making Flair the Dillon, find me your Arn and find me your Ole, and maybe I want to see this.
So, no to Charlotte. Let me just get that out here. 4 Horsemen for men. All right. I don't mean to sound sexist, but this is a men's only group. We go out the holes. That's the only women that's in the 4 Horsemen is the women that's coming in to the limo and going to the hotel, and they only got to stay here for a certain amount of time before they leave. So let me just start by saying that right there. 2, you made a great point that who's going to be Arn? Who's going to be Tully? Who's going to be Ole? Who's going to be Sid? Who's going to be Barry? Who's going to be Lex? Shit, who going to be Sting?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the other piece.
And get up in, fake me up in there and get their ass whooped when Ole come back. Like, everybody is so uptight. Look, everybody is so uptight about being a world champion that they don't give a shit about being the United States champion or the tag team champion or the TV champion or anything like that. I say that to say this. There's nobody on the Raw or SmackDown roster that could be a Horseman. Just because Cody wears some cold-ass suits,
you know what I'm saying?
That don't mean he could be a 4 Horseman. Just because Ricky Saints wears some cold-ass suits, that don't mean you could be a Horseman. You could be Evolution. Yeah. It could be me and an OG and 2 dudes I'm bringing up. But that ain't the Horseman.
Right.
That's not the Horseman at all. The Arn may have not been a world champion, but he owned the mid-card so much that just because he was a Horseman, he was the top of the card still.
Yeah.
And he had a tag team partner in Tully Blanchard that can go have a TV championship match. That's an I Quit match. Like, matter of fact, let's go with the first Horseman. Let's go with the 4 Horsemen. The first 4 Horsemen iteration. As Ric Flair. The whole point of the 4 Horsemen was not just to make sure that the belt stayed on Ric Flair.
Right.
Even though we gonna make sure that happens. It is to dominate.
Thank you.
Everything. So Arn and Ole, we're the tag team. We're the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. We about to dominate this tag team division. Tully, you get everybody else. You get Magnum TA. You might have to talk with Dusty a little bit. You might have to talk to Nikita a little bit. But you the TV champion or you United States champion. Guess what? You about to run that. I don't even think that Arn Anderson ever won the United States championship because he was the greatest TV champion of all time. Arn and Tully became a tag team when Ole was gone and Lex was there, and Lex had the United States championship. Then they got his ass up out here and they brought Barry Windham up in there.
Yep.
None of them dudes had aspirations at that time to win the championship that Ric Flair had.
Yeah.
It wasn't, well, Rick lost to Ronnie Garvin, so let Barry Windham go wrestle Ronnie Garvin for the world championship. See, there's the 4 Horsemen, and then there's Evolution. So if David Schumacher's like, yo, let's go, Cody could have the 4 Horsemen, he'd go bring in Ricky Saints and other. No, we ain't doing that. What we doing is we getting the 4 best of the best at what we do and we're going to run roughshod over this organization, and Dusty, Sting, and whoever else ain't going to be able to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
We're the Four Horsemen. We're the best in the world. And I don't know if we have that in the WWE.
No.
We don't. You could do Evolution, though.
Yeah. And but at the same time, don't do Evolution, right? So for the Four Horsemen's sake, and I'm glad you broke it down that way, because it is about being elite. It's not about being the champ. And what was so great about it, you can't do a Four Horsemen without an Arn Anderson, in my opinion. Like you can't do it without a Rick and an Arn. And you know, there is so many wrestlers that exist today, way more than probably back in the day. Like, and the number is like not even close. But what was also really great about the Four Horsemen is that nobody slacked in or out of the ring. Talking about great promo, great wrestling, or strong promo, strong wrestling. And with that, it was like they had a corner, and there's four corners in the ring. One corner you got Arn, one you got Ole, one you got Tully, one you got Rick. But you don't want any of these problems. Like, there was no, oh, he gonna job and he gonna take the L tonight. Even when they took an L, it was like, damn, that was a pretty hard match. Like, or wow, that was a great moment. We don't have people doing that like that, and that is the other. That's why I can't even see it. That's why I can't see it without Flair's daughter. Like, that's why I can't see it, because with everything good or bad you can say about Charlotte Flair, at least she has kind of defeated the perception of that she can't be valuable or she can't be used if she's not in the main event. Because I honestly do think the work that she's doing as one of the cardio, like the Lululemon baddies, what she's doing with Alexa Bliss is honestly pretty good work, just as character kind of stuff. But we don't have four wrestlers that are men that think like the men of the Horsemen thought, because all of it would have to end with, man, well, yeah, maybe we can get to WrestleMania and wrestle for the world title. No, that's not your mission. That was never Arn Anderson's mission. And he deserved it more than anybody else in professional wrestling.
Yeah, that wasn't Arn's mission. And that wasn't Tully's mission either. That wasn't Ole's mission. In fact, it was nobody's mission in the Horsemen but Ric Flair to have the world championship. But you were still elite. There's not anybody in the WWE right now that if Cody was to turn that switch, that I can say that is a Horseman. I can say it's a whole bunch of evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
I can say, matter of fact, I'll go even better. Cody should not start the Four Horsemen or restart them. He should not restart Evolution. If you want to do it, let's do it right, y'all. Dangerous Alliance. That's what Cody can do. He could give you a Dangerous Alliance. He on SmackDown the other day gave you a little bit of a Paul Heyman twist with the spoiler comment. He still dresses good. Ravishing Rick Rude dresses good. He was still on hoes.
For sure.
But he still wrestled good.
Ravishing, you know what I mean?
And he's simply ravishing. If Cody wants to start a group or restart something, restart the Dangerous Alliance. Go get Paul Heyman. Now you could go get a Ricky Saints. And you could go get some other people. Because while the Dangerous Alliance was built on being elite, it was also built off of just being an alliance, a group, a simple group that came in and whooped your ass. You don't need a Larry Sabisco for this one, y'all. You just need a stunning Steve Austin. You need a Arn Anderson. You need
beautiful Bobby,
a beautiful Bobby Eaton. And if you want to have a Medusa, you can have that too. But you do not need Cody Rhodes being a Four Horseman just because he dressed dapper. Nope. Because Cody can dress as dapper as he wants to. But the culture of the Horsemen is we wouldn't even believe it if we saw it. But the Dangerous Alliance, him and Paul and going to find some other people. Go get Bronson Reed. Hey, Cody, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman. Go grab you 2 more. Dangerous Alliance. Thumbs up. 4 Horsemen? No. Because don't nobody want to be Arn, don't nobody want to be Tully, and don't nobody want to be Oli no more.
Yeah.
So we can move on from that right there. Now,
For sure.
Baron Corbin has a new opponent on Sunday night's main event in Atlanta. Probably the best place for this person to debut, depending on how many of the culture they allow up in that building. Lil Yachty is going to be Baron Corbin's next opponent. If he lasts 5 minutes with Baron Corbin, then Trick Williams gets a title shot. This is reminiscent of Dustin Rhodes having the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it was, with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, which actually led to the breakup between him and Virgil. With that being said, there's a lot of people that don't like this match right here. But according to reports, Yachty has earned the respect of many within the company and the industry because he's taken the role as the manager of Trick Williams seriously, and he's dedicated himself to doing it. Also, Lil Yachty has been training at the WWE Performance Center. They said that Ivy Now and her husband has been training Lil Yachty in preparation for his match against Baron Corbin. So he's not going out there, with no, and they weren't gonna let him do it. He's not going out there without no help or anything like that. But I mean, in hip hop, however, Lil Yachty is a little bit of an enigma. We know this, right?
Sure.
From a rap standpoint. Now, from a wrestling standpoint, they see this. They probably honestly see Lil Yachty as a black rapper that's trying to get up in here. But they did not say this about Jelly Roll. They did not say this about Pat McAfee. However, towards the end, and when it came to the WrestleMania one, people were upset. So, as Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee soured people on celebrity wrestlers?
I can see maybe Jelly Roll, but not Pat McAfee. I mean, if you've been there or if you've been watching for a minute, and the first match I saw with Pat McAfee was NXT, and he looked great there. So I don't put Pat McAfee in that class of celebrity wrestler either, to be honest with you. I know the recent star power and the promos, and they put him on too big of a stage. Don't get me wrong there. I think they put him on way too big of a stage for the rebranding to be like he's the football player announcer that's now in the WrestleMania matches. Is like, okay, that's a little wild, but no, I think if you really know what Pat McAfee did before he got there, I don't think you can say that about him at all. Now, Jelly Roll, that's a different story. Jelly Roll was classic 80s fan for casual watchers. It's like, oh God, that's the biggest country artist in the world right now, and he's on wrestling. Oh my God. But obviously, he doing 91 Undertaker moves. You don't really want to see him in no match. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and respect the dude always, because I live in Nashville. I've never disrespected Jelly Roll. but
Show up at the house.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Throwing up the fort. On
right.
GD, I know you ain't never say that shit. On GD, I know you ain't never say that, Cam.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know where you at.
You know where you at, fam? On GD, I know you ain't never said that.
Yeah. But even though, but to get to that, I don't think they soured him. I think this is just classic Lil Yachty hate, which it just happens, right? Much like in hip hop, he caught fire with an unexpected song that ended up being a hit record for him. I don't know where it charted, but it got him a lot of attention and it got him a lot of names with the one night joint. And then he started producing just more songs that got people going. And then it was Migos and Cardi B and City Girls. And now he's writing, he's producing, now he run with Drake. So like everything that you could want probably in a career he's gotten, and maybe people feel it's too much too soon. And then he's excelled, or he's at least said he's at least solidified himself in one industry. Now he's in wrestling. Me, to be honest, after we got to week 3 of seeing them out there, I was like, oh, he's taking it seriously. Okay, now I'm just gonna respect the game. This is the natural progression for anybody that's going to do this. We get you out there, see if you can play your position. If you can, we might give you a little mic time. Then he took a few bumps, and then he's now like developing character. Like, oh, now I'm a ride for Trick. I'm not the celebrity rapper no more. I'm not the jobber flunky lackey. His freestyle was terrible, but he got out there and did it. And now here's the match. This is the natural progression. This is how it should go. Because I personally don't like the wrestling one-off. That they especially if they're going to be for tier B, tier C, or specialty programming. One-offs are good for WrestleManias. And that's it for me because I expect that to be the star-studded event. But what Yachty's doing here, I think is just Yachty hate in general. Like nobody wants to like this young man or love him. But unfortunately, that voice is obviously louder than the ones that do.
The only thing I think you're 100% right. The only thing I have to add to this though is, okay, what's the end game? Because Trick Williams don't feel like, to me, the guy that needs Lil Yachty to fight for him in order to get a title shot, right? It's like when you see these last 5 minutes in the round, it's usually a heel that we want to see get their ass beat, or it's a face that's overcoming something. But the person that they're with, their persona is overcoming something. That's not Trick.
Yeah.
Trick don't need Yachty to be like, hey, do this, win one for the Gipper. Like,
right.
That to me is not Trick. So that's why that's the only reason why I don't like this. Literally, the only reason why I don't like this, because Trick is not a win one for the Gipper person.
Yeah.
So we should not be cheering for Lil Yachty to be like, no, we actually should be cheering for Lil Yachty to get his ass beat after Trick loses. Like now, the face gets 5 minutes with Lil Yachty, and Lil Yachty get his ass beat like he Jim Cornette in 1986. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Yeah. Literally. Only thing I don't like about this. However, hey, man, I salute the Yachty, man. I don't get jealous.
Yeah.
This one I am. Not even gonna lie. Like, if I am a rapper who loves wrestling and looks at this and be like, yo, I want a chance to do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, damn, I wish they would have gave me that chance to do this. If that was your aim. Like, little Yachty is living out a dream that a lot of people will never get the chance to get.
Facts.
He's literally living out a dream. And I applaud him for taking it seriously, taking the craft seriously, learning and stuff, and getting a high-profile spot at Sunday night's main event in Atlanta at the crib.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing but hand claps and handshakes
for
Lil Yachty. And if anybody's hating on this opportunity, then you are lame. And that's all I got for that. Moving on to something that has returned again. The Bloodline saga. Similar situation, y'all, that we've seen before. Solo attacked Roman. In this case, though, Jacob Fatu was told not to touch LA Knight. He ain't touch him, even though Roman got his ass beat. So he got watched. Did what you told me to do, fam. LA Knight and Solo take on the Usos, and you take them out. Family seems to break away, but never defeat Roman. Will Solo be any different?
For the sake of all things, I hope so. Because Super Samoan Solo is the one that I think proves that he is the true standalone act. You know what I'm saying? Like this, all the work that Solo was doing, it's literally disproving everything Conrad had to say. Like, and that's what I find great about this. And as much as we collectively, because I am in this mix also, as much as we want Jacob Fatu to be the world champ and or to get that main event spot and to win that big one, we can't forget about the progression of Solo Sikoa from that day he debuted in all black to what we're seeing today. And you won't find a more developed character, professional wrestler, and superstar than Solo Sikoa in wrestling, period, over the last, what we're on, 4 years now? 5?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's shown this level of progression. And when I say progression, I'm not just talking about match quality. It's just like when we first saw him, he was this, and now he is this. And talk about making the most of an opportunity in wrestling in general, but also in a top storyline. See, this is the Jey Uso thing was an anomaly. I don't think it was expected to go that well. I think it was a heat check. I think it was supposed to be a de facto thing. Hell, even when the first Black Champ podcast was talking to y'all about this, we saw him with the Intercontinental title. And that was it. And we were cool with that. We was like, yo, that would be super solid for Jey. He already in the greatest tag team of all time. He goes and wins the Intercontinental title. That's proving he could stay on his own. They gave him the world title in the main event spot at WrestleMania. That wasn't supposed to happen. That was a glitch in the matrix. But Solo, it's literally that. He is a solo act. He needs nobody. And if the youngest becomes the youngest in charge, that's a hell of a story to tell, because we can't forget that either. And again, he's the Super Samoan. He's literally all three of them and his dad. This is amazing wrestling. This is amazing work. If anybody is supposed to do it, it's Solo. And if he doesn't do it, then I agree with everything and kill this all dead. If Solo can't get over on Roman and win that title, this is a wrap. This is done, because now you've killed any possible layer of what could exist after the fact.
So when I put this in the rundown, I struggle with my answer. I don't struggle with answers like that. It's normally definitive. But Camp, here's why I struggle with it. Because it should have been Jey all along when you did this the first time. See, I don't agree with, let me just first say this. I don't agree with Conrad Thompson that everybody was mid-carders. But here's what I will, everything is nuanced. And I don't think people deal with nuance. I deal with nuance. So here's the nuance part of this to me. If we want to have a problem with the Bloodline storyline, then we should put this squarely on Roman Reigns. And here's why. Evolution. Triple H dropped the belt to Randy. Excuse me. Let me rephrase what I'm about to say, because I was about to be wrong in how I say this. Chris Benoit loses the belt to Randall Keith Orton, making him the youngest world heavyweight champion of all time. The next day, don't put them shoes on. Them shoes dirty. Go put your other shoes on. Now go, Yanti, get the door.
Someone is at the video doorbell.
Somebody's at the video doorbell, y'all. So, Randy Orton defeats Chris Benoit for the championship, right? What ends up happening? Triple H gives him the thumbs down, and they jump him. And in the midst of jumping him, a month later, he wins the World Heavyweight Championship from Randall Orton. Now, yeah, some outside stuff with Randy. You know, hey, he needs to get the belt off of him. But Triple H gets the belt after Randy. But now he has somebody to battle with. Roman Reigns ain't do that. He could have did it with Jey. He could have did it with Jacob. And he can do it with Solo. But he has not done it. So with that being said, of course they're mid-carders. because Roman ain't never put them over when they were supposed to be put over. See, yeah, that pop on Raw, that's dope. That's cool. That's dope. I love seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that pop really be, man, we glad we got somebody that we think that could take the belt off of Roman. Because that pop was loud for Jacob, even though he was trying to figure out this blood.
Yeah.
And that pop was even louder with Jay when Jay super kicked Roman. Hell, it was even louder when he said, I'm out. I'm going to SmackDown.
Yeah.
The problem is we never get the payoff. We get the pop, but we never get the payoff. If there's anything that I don't like about the Bloodline storyline, and if it's anything that I don't like about Roman Reigns, we never get the payoff from his own family. Jay should have beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. He should have. He could drop it back to Roman, but he should have won at SummerSlam. Jacob should have beaten Roman. And Solo should beat Roman. But we don't know if we're about to get Roman Reigns versus Solo or Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. Yeah. It should be more definitive. That's why I don't think that Solo gonna win, because the track record of Roman Reigns don't show that he's going to drop the belt to his own damn family. But at the same time, that's what makes the Bloodline story the Bloodline, because y'all following behind this dude that won't even put y'all on.
Which is Solo's gripe. I mean, Jacob's gripe. That's Jacob's
Bingo.
gripe.
That is Jacob's gripe. And that's why he, in my opinion, was probably the most right in this whole situation. Fam, you talking about family. My family was over there. Why y'all over here? Y'all ain't doing that. I'm going to say this again, y'all. Roman ain't put up Jay at the highest. He ain't put up Jacob at the highest. He ain't put up Solo at the highest. And we ain't even seen anything with Jimmy in order to make that happen.
Man.
So while I don't agree with Conrad Thompson about they're all mid-carders, technically they are, because Roman ain't put them over. Who he put over? Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only person that got put over in this whole Bloodline thing is Cody Rhodes.
Man.
Not anybody else that would have been made if they would have won, especially Jay at SummerSlam when he pinned Roman before that.
Yeah.
Is what it is on that. Monty here. So we're going to turn this into the greatest segment in wrestling history. I don't care what none of y'all say, because it's the best one in wrestling history. And they got the song over here too. So I just want to make sure, since we're in this different studio, do we care? Let's start with Montez Ford dissing the Bloodline on his new album called After the Tide. He said a couple of things about, subliminals like most people doing, raps and everything.
Yeah.
But we ain't seen Montez Ford in the ring since he lost the tag team championships against the Vision, who ain't the same Vision no more, fam. What we doing here? Do we care about Montez Ford's raps?
Man, unfortunately not. Look, if you're gonna rap and diss wrestlers, you either got to be a certified legend or you got to be the hottest thing out here. Learn from Macho Man Randy Savage. Learn from John Cena. If you ain't there, you can't go there, and that's just what it is. Don't care.
I don't want to hear raps from wrestlers that have any wrestling related raps in them. Like, just be a separate musician. Like, once I know you got some turnbuckle raps, I'm straight. I don't even want to listen to it. I don't give a damn how cool it is. I don't want to hear turnbuckle raps, fam. I don't want to hear nothing insinuating what your regular job is. Like, sorry. Oh, man, them shits might sound
but you won't break.
right. Like, you basically gonna break. You don't break. Now you talking about someone to jump off the top rope. Like, fam, the double entendres in this is your regular job. Like, I don't want to hear them turnbuckle raps. And he from the crib too. I feel bad in saying this, but sorry, if if we're dissing the Bloodline and some raps, man, like I didn't want to hit a Macho Man shits. I didn't want to hit John Cena shits. You know what I'm saying? But the funniest thing is, my favorite John Cena song is him talking about his friends. Like it's him, rapping about his friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, just rap, man. If you rap, you ain't gotta rap about the turnbuckle, man. Dragunov is done with WWE TKO. His contract expired. They, according to reports, they basically was like, for the amount of money we was paying you, you ain't no needle mover. Now I saw somebody that said, now brothers, y'all run this shit. So if y'all really wanted him to move the needle, y'all could have done that. Is that right about Dragunov? Like, do you feel like put in position Dragunov is a needle mover?
No. Look, sorry. Hey, you know what? And we gotta start keeping it real too. I be listening to some of the IWC lives, and I be checking out X between my adult content, you know what I'm saying, perusing and what have you. What we as American wrestling fans gotta stop doing is stop thinking that we love all of these smaller but great wrestling foreign wrestlers that come over here like we really gonna get behind them. We not, and we don't. We barely get behind the little Americans that be wrestling. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look how long it took y'all to get on Chad Gable train. Look, and he's an Olympian. Like, hey, look, we don't really be caring like that, dog. It's just that the internet is such a big place, but we don't care. We don't care. Unfortunately, foreign wrestlers under 5'11" are not thought out by American wrestling fans like that. You can have your match or two, and we'll watch you in between, you know, what we need to see. We still want to see Randy Orton, dog. We still want to see Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
You know, with Drew McIntyre, yeah. We can't wait. Hey, look, Drew McIntyre keep winning. Why? Because he's 6'8", and he can really wrestle, and he be sounding American more and more as the years go by.
I ain't even gotta say no more on that, because he gonna go to AEW and not win a world championship. Man, he might go to TNA and win it. The last one, because I want to wait for this. I want to save the other one for a bigger conversation.
Okay.
Reportedly, allegedly, the John Cena Classic is happening on December 12th. Do we care about this?
No, but the marketing will kick in to make us think we do.
Yeah, there's gonna be some American flags and some theme songs and stuff like that. And remember, you can lose but still win, or you can win but lose. And if you win or lose, you can still tie. This is not the John Cena Classic. This is the Rosie Perez Classic. Shouts out to you. All right. Pretty much guarantees. We got any guarantees?
Oh man, you know, my guarantee is that Raquel Rodriguez is going to emerge as the world champion from all that melee with all these women.
Oh,
I see what they're doing. Yeah, I see what they're doing. And you know, you got Becky and Liv, Roxanne, La Prima, and all that. But Raquel is the one. I don't care what is happening. I don't care who's cutting the promos. I don't care who's winning the matches or getting disqualified. Raquel Rodriguez will be the one that emerges as the champ out of all those women. That's my guarantee.
You cooking, but you should be cooking on a different eye of the stove. My guarantee is that Roxanne Perez will win the Money in the Bank.
Okay.
And she gonna take it off of Liv Morgan. That is my guarantee, y'all. We on the same stove. We just on different eyes. Well, look, man. Great episode to give you all. And we're gonna be giving y'all more of this. We got something special planned that we're working on. So y'all be looking at that, especially you black wrestling fans, excuse me. But with that being said, close us out, Kemp.
Yes, we have enjoying us performing this first Black Champ podcast episode everything that you do for the community. We appreciate it greatly. Shout out to Banks who tuned in live with us and shared some comments, man. Thank you, my brother. You've been around for a minute. We see it. We respect it. And you, and like everybody else, remember, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's your podcast, Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port with the VP DOC, J.R. Bang, and we are out. I love you, Nia Jax.
And don't fall as a 44-year-old.
For sure.